Hi, so tonight I am showcasing this oil, Young Living's Panaway, as promised. I'm going to show some different information, and if you see me being like extra cautious with my words, it's because I have to speak in code like. I can only give you information of that this may help me in some ways because the governmental agencies of foods and pharmaceuticals, they're really watching holistic and essential oil people and seeing if they are trying to promise something that has not been proven by the governmental agencies. So I am going to show you some science, and you can take it or leave it. And I am going to tell you how Panaway has benefited me and why this is a something that I would put in my pocket every time we leave to go on a road trip. This is going to go in my kit of first aid. So um, kind of being cautious about the words that I use, but this is just like Young Living used this name specifically, pan away. If you can imagine a letter I between the A and the N, away. Um, my kit that I ordered, it came with this roller ball, and you can get these roller balls on Amazon for super cheap too. But the Young Living rollerball that comes in the kit. You can just pop it right on here. Um, you, I cut my knuckle really bad. Like probably should have had stitches, but it is an ongoing issue now, and so I look for Panaway for relief. It may help along with stretching and other things. It may help with relieving the tension in my muscles. So I shared my screen here. I'm learning some things from online teaching. Panaway essential oil has a bunch of ingredients that I'm going to show you have some scientific base. Panaway is um, one of the oils that has a child-proof lock on the cap because of the medicinal qualities that it has been proven. If you look, the ingredients are wintergreen oil, helichrysum, clove oil, peppermint. All of these oils, this is legally what I can say per FDA here. Wintergreen gives a warming sensation, helps support healthy joint and muscle function. Clove oil, this is your hot oil in thieves. It supports healthy immune and muscular systems, purifies, and it's soothing. Now, helichrysum is a very expensive oil. I do not have helichrysum just on its own, and I see it spelled differently here than here, but I do not have helichrysum in my own oil stash just because I haven't spoiled myself and spent the money on myself. But other blends like Panaway that has helichrysum in it, I'm able to still get those benefits. So it says here that it supports healthy muscular and circulatory systems, and peppermint has a cooling, and the peppermint enhances the other oils. So I'm going to zoom down a little bit, and I included these in the links in my Facebook page. And it's something for you to think about, something for you to research on your own. But if you were to just Google wintergreen benefits, then it would give you a whole list of things that wintergreen oil does. So I'm showing all of these oils that are in the blend called Panaway. And so wintergreen has been proven through science to have the active ingredient methyl salicylate. Now, methyl salicylate, this is what the active ingredient in aspirin and other pain relievers. And so the way that people traditionally had seen the benefits of methyl salicylate, but they weren't able to get every single batch of it naturally to have the same exact compounds. So when the pharmaceutical companies had begun to use the benefits of methyl salicylate, they wanted to create it in a laboratory to make sure that every single batch had the same amount and they could regulate what goes in the pain relievers. So if you look, I say pain relievers that you would take, but also pain relievers that you would rub on your muscles. So methyl salicylate is used to treat minor aches, body aches, muscle and joint pain. Methyl salicylate is in Bengay, Flexol, Icy Hot. It's also in Listerine. So it's the wintergreen that is the reason why Panaway has the lock top also, because it is medicinal. They want to make sure it's child safe. If you get wintergreen or later on, as I'll describe, peppermint in your eye, you're going to want to flush it out with lots of oil, like avocado oil or olive oil or something like that, coconut oil to flush out the from your eyes. So here is a link here that I'm going to put in the description or in my Facebook page so that you can read more. This one is called knowyourotcs.org. It gives you lots of different information about over-the-counter drugs. Now, helichrysum, this is one that I said is not in my oils stash yet, just because it's fairly expensive. When people were talking about having to go to the hospital, having to go get surgeries and things like that, on our Young Living Facebook page, they said, "What oil should I put in my bag?" And right away, people yelled, "Panaway, helichrysum," and so that is something that people want. It's highly valued, as well as the cost. So I have some information from the National Center for Biotechnology Information. Traditionally, helichrysum is used for its medicinal properties in the Mediterranean countries. And so that's like Italy, Spain, Portugal, Bosnia, Herzegovina. Those countries really value helichrysum, and they still use that in their medicines, in their non-traditional type medicines. The flowers and leaves are used, and there's lots of different disorders and things that have been scientifically proven for helichrysum to help. However, with our government, I cannot legally say that this oil has exactly helped those. It may have assisted in helping your own body with these different systems. So it says supports circulatory system, supports, it has restorative properties. But if you if you Google any of these things that helichrysum has in it, like I said, the methyl salicylate in the wintergreen, Thank you. If you were to Google this neryl acetate and gamma curcumine and alpha pinene, those are some scientific terms that I probably did not say correctly, but they have medicinal properties to the flower, to the helichrysum. So this is the link to the National Center for Biotechnology information. And this is another study that evaluates the chemical composition and whether it is antimicrobial or not. So this ScienceDirect.com is an article from a scientific journal that you can go ahead and read. And then clove and peppermint. Clove is a hot oil. That means that same thing, if you get it in your eye, you would have to wash it out. So panaway, I put it on in here, and my family in the other room, they can smell it right away. They know that, oh, she's putting that panaway on because it's such a fragrant oil. The peppermint, the clove, the wintergreen, it's very fragrant. So clove may help with overall wellness. Clove is what is in your thieves, like I said. It is used for in supporting antioxidants, supporting digestive system, and helping with physical discomfort. Now, peppermint, if you were to actually look up mentha piperita, and I say it slowly because I do not know how to exactly pronounce this. Same thing with peppermint. Traditionally, people have been using peppermint since the beginning of time. And it has been, in order to be regulated with the pharmaceuticals, they've had to, they use those compounds that were helpful and useful in the essential oil of peppermint, and they've mocked them, created them in a laboratory so that it's exactly the same and can be regulated. So I look, it supports normal digestion, promoting healthy intestinal function, gastrointestinal function, energizing your digestive support. And that doesn't, like, maybe panaway, if you're putting it on your belly, it's going to help with that. But I also found this here. This image says peppermint invigorates the mind and senses while inspiring a sense of peace. Used topically, peppermint oil creates a cool, tingling sensation on the skin. The refreshing aroma will give you a boost of positivity. So if you imagine the peppermint with the wintergreen, and like I said, the ingredients that are in there, they're giving a cooling sensation to my aching muscles. Panaway is right away the first thing I start getting, like, this end of the day, like, oh my goodness feeling. I'm gonna put this on my flat hat here. I'm gonna roll this right on my temples. Also, right at the base of my neck. And then, like, all day long at school, I would use this. Kind of put your head, stretch the top of your neck, and stretch out your spine, and I start getting this cooling sensation all the way down here. I have it along my temples, and when I'm talking all day, I'm going to rub it in my jaw.